Somebody in this room has been searching for something deeper than chemistry, stronger than attraction, and holier than obsession. You've been asking yourself, is this the one? Oh, but let me tell you, when God sends your soulmate, it don't just feel right, it fits right. Because a soulmate ain't just about who you like, it's about who helps you become who you were born to be. Can I get an amen from somebody who's tired of settling for seasonal people in permanent places? See, we live in a world where people confuse attention for connection and chemistry for calling. But your soulmate is not just someone who makes your heart skip a beat. They're the one who makes your purpose come alive. The real question today is not, have you found love? But have you found the person who mirrors your destiny? So today, I'm gonna give you 5 clear signs you've found your personal soulmate, not the world's version, not Hollywood's fantasy, but your divine connection, the one heaven Taylor made just for you. Let me tell you something right now. When love is real, when it's divine, when it's ordained, does not come to disrupt your peace, it comes to amplify it. See, too many people today confuse excitement with alignment. They think if their heart is racing, it must be love. They think if there's chaos, that must mean passion. But baby, I came to tell you, that's passion without peace is poison. That's when you meet the one that's meant for you, the one God hand wrapped with your soul and mind, something inside of you settles. You stop striving. You stop performing. You stop feeling like you have to earn every ounce of affection because finally you're in a place where love feels like a home. It's not that every day is easy, but it's that every day feels safey. You see, when love is divine, peace becomes its signature. You don't have to chase it down, question its motives, or lose sleep wondering if they'll still be there tomorrow. Real love walks in and says, I'm not here to take your peace. I'm here to protect it. That's how you know the difference between a soulmate and an air soul taker. Because one brings order where there was once confusion, and the other brings confusion where there once was order. So many of us have mistaken emotional chaos for connection. We've mistaken adrenaline for anointing. We've mistaken tension for chemistry. You're out here losing your peace, losing your focus, losing your joy, and calling it love. No, that's not love. That's drama in disguise, because the real thing doesn't pull you out of your peace. It pulls you deeper into it. When God sends someone into your life who's aligned with your soul, you don't have to walk on eggshells. You don't have to pretend to be smaller than you are to be accepted. You don't have to silence your voice to keep the peace, because peace is already present. And that peace isn't the kind that comes from good behavior or perfect performance. It's the kind of peace that says, you can be fully you. I'll still be here. There's a certain calm that comes when the right person enters your world. Suddenly, the noise in your mind quiets down. Overthinking stops. The anxiety that used to roar turns into a whisper, because peace is not just an emotion. It's a spiritual signature. It's God's way of saying, this is safe, this is solid, this is right. Let me go deeper. Peace doesn't mean a boring. Some of y'all run from peaceful love because you think it's too quiet, too calm, too still. You've gotten addicted to chaos because chaos felt like care. But just because it's calm doesn't mean it's cold. Just because it's peaceful doesn't mean it lacks passion. Real peace carries fire, but it's controlled fire. It's warmth without destruction. It's power without panic. When you're with your soulmate, you'll realize that love doesn't have to hurt to be real. You won't spend nights questioning your worth because of someone's inconsistency. You won't cry yourself to sleep over mixed signals. You won't have to decode silence and beg for reassurance. Peaceful love speaks clearly. It communicates. It reassures. It shows up. Peace says, I'm not perfect, but I'm present. Peace says, we might argue, but we'll never dishonor. Peace says, I'm not here to play games. I'm here to build. That's the kind of love that heals you, not harms you. That's the kind of love that restores the parts of you that other people broke. Because here's the truth. You cannot create peace in a place that was built on confusion. You cannot fix what God never formed. Some relationships are full of noise because they were never meant to hold silence. But when you find your soulmate, silence feels sacred. You can sit together and not say a word, and yet your soul says everything. That's peace. You know it's peace when you're not anxious about tomorrow. You know it's peace when you're not afraid to be yourself. You know it's peace when you don't feel like you're fighting for the bare minimum. Because with the right one, the bare minimum becomes the foundation, not the prize. And let me tell you, this peace doesn't just bless your heart. It blesses your purpose. When your heart is at peace, your mind gets clear. You start dreaming again. You start creating again. You start believing again. The right love will stabilize you so that you can hear God clearly. Because confusion clouds direction, but peace produces revelation. When God sends your soulmate, it won't just feel peaceful. It'll produce peace. It will make you a better listener, a better friend, a better servant, better version of yourself. The right person won't just bring peace, they'll draw peace out of you. So if you've been running in circles asking God, is this the one? Here's your test. When you talk to them, does your spirit rest or does it wrestle? When you're with them, do you feel anxious or anchored? When they leave, do you feel empty or elevated? Because love that's meant for you will not make you question your sanity. It won't rob you of sleep, dignity, or identity. It will hold you, not hurt you. It will cover you, not confuse you. It will make your soul exhale. So stop chasing the spark that burns you and start recognizing the peace that builds you. Because real love, divine love, the kind that heaven sends, doesn't show up with thunder and noise. It shows up quietly, consistently, confidently. It feels like still water after a long storm. It feels like God saying, you've struggled long enough. Here's your rest. Peace is not the absence of passion. It's the presence of our purpose. See, it's when love stops being a battlefield and becomes a blessing. It's when your heart stops running and finally decides, this is it. I'm home. That's how you know you found your soulmate. Not when the world gets louder. When your soul finally gets quiet, purpose alignment. That's the moment when love stops being about attraction and starts being about assignment. When two people meet, it's easy to get caught up in the emotions, the spark, the butterflies that make your stomach dance. But a soulmate connection goes beyond chemistry. It's about calling. It's not just who makes you feel good, it's who makes you better. The right person won't just love you where you are, they'll help you become who you were always meant to be. See, when you meet someone who aligns with your purpose, something in you shifts. You start to dream differently. You start to think bigger. You start to believe again. The conversations you have aren't just about what's trending or what's temporary. They're about destiny. They make you want to rise higher, not because they're pushing you, but because they're pulling out what's already inside you. Purpose alignment means this person doesn't distract you from what God called you to do. They remind you of it. They don't compete with your calling. They complement it. They don't shrink when you shine. They celebrate your light because they know your success doesn't dim their worth. It illuminates both of you. That's when you know it's divine. When your soulmate walks into your life, they won't ask you to choose between them and your mission. They'll stand beside you and say, let's build it together. They don't see your purpose as a threat. They see it as a partnership. You both understand that the relationship itself is a platform for God's glory, not a playground for ego. But here's the thing, alignment doesn't always mean similarity. You might not have the same skills, the same career, or the same background, but your spirits are in sync. Your values speak the same language. Your hearts beat toward the same horizon. They don't have to do what you do, but they have to believe in why you do it. Because when purpose aligns, every difference becomes a design, not a division. You'll know it's alignment when their presence sharpens your focus. Suddenly, you're more disciplined. You're more intentional. You stop wasting time on things that drain you because their energy keeps you accountable. You wake up inspired because their faith fuels your fire. You don't lose yourself in them. You find more of yourself through them. That's what happens when two souls meet in divine purpose. They don't collide, they collaborate. Let me tell you something powerful. Your soulmate doesn't come to fill your emptiness. They come to multiply your fullness. They don't complete you. They connect with the completeness that already exists inside you. They see the seeds of greatness you've been too afraid to plant, and they say, let's water this together. They become a mirror, not a mask, showing you your potential, not hiding it. When love is aligned with purpose, both of you start to move in rhythm with heaven. It's like a divine partnership where your strengths cover their weaknesses and their wisdom strengthens your vision. You start to realize that love was never meant to be a distraction. It was meant to be direction. God didn't send them to make you busy. He sent them to make you become. And now understand this. A purpose alignment doesn't always feel easy. Sometimes it challenges you. Sometimes it stretches you. The right person will call you out, not to criticize you, to correct you. They'll hold you accountable to your anointing. They won't let you settle for small thinking. They'll push you toward growth, even when it's uncomfortable, because they see where you're going. Some people love your potential, but can't handle your purpose. They love who you are today, but can't carry who you're becoming tomorrow. That's why alignment matters. If they can't walk with your vision, they'll end up walking dove against your mission. But your soulmate, your divine connection, doesn't just walk with you. They walk in agreement with what God is doing in both your lives. When your love is aligned with purpose, everything starts to flow. You don't have to force conversations about faith, values, or goals. They come naturally. You're not dragging them toward your destiny. You're running side by side toward it. And that's how you know it's divine, when your partnership produces progress. When you start building things that bless not only you, but the people around you. Purpose alignment means you're not just happy together, you're useful together. You don't just make memories, you make impact. You don't just share time, you share vision. You both understand that love isn't just about romance. It's about responsibility. You realize that God brought you together for more than emotional comfort. He brought you together for kingdom the contribution. And when that kind of connection happens, it feels like everything finally makes sense. All the heartbreaks, all the lessons, all the people who walked away, they were preparing you to recognize what real alignment feels like. Because when purpose walks in, confusion walks out. You no longer chase validation because you found collaboration. You stop fighting for attention because you found agreement. A soulmate aligned with your purpose will not compete with your dreams. They'll help you build them. They'll clap when you win, pray when you're weak, and remind you that you're capable when you forget. You'll do the same for them, because true love isn't about taking turns leading. It's about lifting together. You'll both know that what you have is sacred, because it's not built on feelings alone. It's built on their function. This kind of connection doesn't just make your life better, it makes your legacy stronger. Because when two people unite in purpose, they don't just create love stories, they create impact stories. Their love becomes an example, a testimony, a light for others to follow. They show the world that love and purpose are not enemies, they are extensions of the same divine design. So if you're asking, how do I know this is the one? Ask yourself this: do they push you closer to God or pull you further from Him? Do they water your purpose or waste your potential? Do they support your growth or silence your greatness? Because when love is in alignment, it won't just make you feel alive. It will make you live on purpose. You'll wake up every day knowing that your love isn't random. It's a revelation. It's not coincidence. It's a calling. And when you find that kind of connection, you don't just fall in love, you rise into it. When love is real, it doesn't drain you, it develops you. It doesn't leave you tired, empty, and uncertain about who you are. It pours into you until you remember your worth. The right person doesn't exhaust your soul trying to earn affection. They energize your soul to walk confidently in love. You know you've met someone divine when their presence doesn't deplete you but deepens you. You grow in peace, in clarity, in joy. You don't just fall in love, you rise in strength. Not like too many people today confuse intensity with intimacy. They think the person who makes their heart race must be the one who's meant to stay. But baby, anyone can excite you. Few can expand you. Anyone can keep you entertained. Few can help you elevate. The wrong person will keep you busy trying to fix what they broke. The right person will give you space to build what you were born to create. One drains, the other develops. One pulls from your energy, the other multiplies it. When you meet the right one, they don't compete with your growth. They celebrate it. They see your evolution not as a threat, but as a triumph. They understand that love isn't about control, it's about contribution. They don't want to shrink your world, they want to enlarge it. That's how divine connection works. It's not about dependency, it's about our development. You'll know you're with the right person when you feel safe to evolve. You don't have to hide your ambitions, silence your passions, or apologize for wanting more out of life. They'll look at you and say, I see where you're going, and I'm going with you. That's growth. That's alignment. That's love that builds, not breaks. The wrong love will have you questioning your worth. The right love will have you recognizing it. The wrong one will keep you stuck in cycles of emotional exhaustion, making you doubt whether you're enough. But the one who's meant for you will remind you that you've always been enough. You just needed someone who could see you clearly. Growth-based love challenges you, but it never crushes you. It pushes you to become more without making you feel like you're less. It gives you space to make mistakes, to heal, to learn, to rebuild. It doesn't rush you into perfection. It walks with you through the process, because real love knows that development takes time, and it's patient enough to grow with you, not give up on you. When love is divine, both people water each other's souls. It's not one person giving and the other always taking. It's not one always fixing while the other keeps breaking. No, it's mutual investment. It's I've got you when you're weak, and you've got me when I'm wary. It's not about balance all the time, but it is about reciprocity. One day you pour, day they pour, and together you've overflow. That's what it means to grow, not drain. Because the wrong relationship will make you question your dreams. It'll make you shrink your light to keep the peace, convince you to stop chasing your purpose just to keep someone comfortable. But the right relationship, the one that grows you, will ignite your dreams. It'll inspire you to reach higher, believe bolder, and trust deeper. It will make you excited about tomorrow instead of exhausted by today. And growth doesn't always come through comfort. Sometimes it comes through friction, through honest conversations, through accountability, through seeing parts of yourself that need healing. The difference is, with the right one, even confrontation becomes constructive. When they correct you, it doesn't crush you, it cultivates you. They don't expose your weakness to embarrass you. They address it to elevate you. That's love with purpose. There's a peace that comes with being loved by someone who wants to see you win. You don't have to compete. You don't have to pretend. Don't have to perform. You can be vulnerable, messy, imperfect, and still feel valuable. Because growth-based love doesn't shame your humanity, honors it. It says, I see your flaws and I still choose you, not to fix you, but to walk with you as you become. And when you grow together, something beautiful happens. You start to create a rhythm of encouragement. You start to inspire each other's creativity. Your conversations shift from complaints to vision. Your days stop being about survival and start being about significance. You start building dreams together instead of just enduring days together. See, draining love is heavy. It feels like walking uphill with weights tied to your soul. But growing love feels like winds. It lifts you. It reminds you that you were born to soar, not crawl. It gives you the courage to face what once frightened you. It fills you with joy that doesn't depend on circumstances. You stop feeling like you're losing yourself and start realizing that you're finally finding yourself. Real love doesn't suppress your individuality. It supports it. It doesn't say, change who you are to fit me. It says, become who you're meant to be. Let's grow together. You don't have to abandon your identity to keep their attention. They love you enough to let you expand. They don't fear your growth because they're growing too. That's how you know you've found something sacred. Because both of you are evolving toward better versions of yourselves. Growth-based love feels like breathing again after holding your breath for too long. It's not perfect, but it's progressive. It's not always easy, but it's edifying. It doesn't demand perfection. It inspires development. It's the kind of love that